Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. The topic of this 10-minute moan is John Swinney and talking about how incredibly stupid, naive and disingenuous he's been with his statements over the last 48 hours. Now what the man's trying to do would, from a perfectly selfish point of view, actually be advantageous to me. But I don't believe in that. I believe in fairness and I believe in democracy. Because those who are consistent viewers to the channel know that I'm standing for election to go to Holyrood in 2026 in May. And if any of the opposition who will be competing for the same votes as I will are not allowed to stand or are prevented from standing, then that would actually benefit me. However, what he's suggesting is absolutely ridiculous. What this man's suggesting is that somehow the society in Scotland should all get together and stop the advance of Reform Party. He's wanting to stop them in Scotland. His words. He's wanting to have a summit with everybody on the left and in charities and trade unions and all this stuff and how to do it, and believes that's the Scottish society. Well, I remind you that the vast majority of Scotland, the last time we asked them, voted to remain in the Union. So you are actually the minority. And although I have said lots of things about reform that I don't like, it's neither here nor there. They are not far right, as you claim. And I don't think they're racist. If anything, they've went slightly more centre from where their starting position was since they got those 5 seats in Westminster. And they already appear to be trying to appeal to a wider audience by recruiting separatists in Scotland, want to put their hand out to the Islamic voters and make a U-turn on previous suggestions that they would kick all the illegal immigrants out of the country. Now you have Nigel Farage saying that ain't going to happen. So if anything, they've actually came more to the centre from their starting position, which was never in the far right. And I think this type of politics is totally undemocratic. Even if Reform or another party were to come to the table who were even further right than Reform, and even if they were, God forbid, far right, then who is John Swinney to decide who the Scottish public get allowed to vote for? That is not democracy. That is not the democracy I wish. I'm not too keen on people that are far left or far right, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Don't like extremists and extreme views in either of the political spheres. But I in no man have the right to decide who other people even have the option of voting for. But the other thing that shows you how stupid you are, Mr. Swinney, and I choose my words very, very carefully, and I'll repeat, stupid. You are supposed to be the man who's meant to deliver or have the best chance of delivering independence for the Scottish separatists who want independence, who are still in the minority. However, you're actually helping the Unionist cause if you had your way. Because for too long there have been choices for Unionists and there's only been one choice for a while until Alba came, for the separatists. So the Unionist vote was always diluted because of choice. And if you want to remove a Unionist party from the options, you're actually doing your own aims a disservice. It's the most stupid thing I've heard a separatist say. And by the way, I've heard some stupid things for separatists in my day. But what you're trying to do beggars belief, because you're wanting to not rely on democracy and you want not to dilute the Unionist vote. You are potty. Or do you know something we don't know? Are Reform actually looking for Scottish separatist support? Because they did, up until about a year ago, have on their website that they were offering and would advocate for a second Scottish referendum in about 2039. So, are they looking for your voters? Is that why you're scared of them? Because it doesn't make sense. There has got to be something behind this, because what you're doing beggars belief. If I was a separatist and the leader of a separatist party, I would be wanting more Unionist parties to come up to Scotland and dilute a vote even further to aid your own causes. Anybody with half a brain would see that as a positive for the separatist movement. But you, who's apparently meant to be at the head of the separatist movement as the leader of the SNP, seems to want to do something completely opposing that. And that beggars belief. But what you fail to do yet again, you've done it in so many things and you're going to continue to do it, is fail to read the room. There's a posh word for it, the whole scale of politics is changing. And there is a drift from left to right. So the centre is where we might have turned yesterday as right. And I don't believe in right and left. I believe in right and wrong. And what you're doing, by even attempting and suggesting your words to stop reform in Scotland, is despicable. And that comes from someone who is by far a reform fan and would actually benefit. If you were successful, I would benefit. Because there are people who will consider voting for me stroke reform when the day comes to put yourself in the polling booth. So I should actually be on your side of this argument, but I'm not, because I'm not a selfish person. I believe in things like fairness and democracy. And you, my friend, believe in none of that. You are stupid. You are twisted. And you are undemocratic. Yet you'll cry and not believe a single word I say. Unless you toe the line of you and all your lefty comrades. You are about 2 degrees away from being a communist. The things that your party have attempted to do to Scotland, but for the grace of God, failed. Beggar belief. Beggar belief. You wanted to be named as a named person, the state to be a named person in every child in Scotland. Your party tried to put that through. Your party gave us hate crime laws that weren't needed. That was your party. Your party attempted to redo the Gender Recognition Act. Your party is despicable. And if it wasn't for the lies and the hopes that you fill separatists with, who still cling on to the dream that you have been painting for the last 18 years, then not even the separatists would vote for you. All you have left is a dwindling number of members. It's halved every couple of years recently. And a cult that still believe your nonsense, your undemocratic socialist nonsense. And more every day, less and less of them are standing by your side. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. That will help others see it because it helps the algorithm. Let me know your comments below. That also helps the algorithm when you post your comments. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and notification bell as well. That would be fantastic. But most importantly of all, unless you're stupid, like John Swinney stupid, then not you. But
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.